In the heart of a sprawling, busy city lived a young man named Hamza. Does his story sound familiar? He was always on the move, constantly rushing, chasing deadlines, chasing money, chasing the next big dream on his vision board. For Hamza, time was a luxury he couldn't afford. There was no time for his family, no time for his friends, and certainly no time for himself. His life was a blur of notifications, meetings, a race he felt he had to win. Then, one seemingly ordinary afternoon, everything changed. While grabbing a quick coffee, a familiar face caught his eye. It was his old college professor, a man he deeply respected for his wisdom. They sat down to catch up, and the professor, with a knowing smile, placed an empty glass jar on the table between them. Hamza watched, curious, as his professor began to fill the jar with large, smooth stones, one by one, until they reached the very top. "Tell me, Hamza," the professor asked, his eyes twinkling, "is this jar full?" Hamza looked at the jar, packed with stones, and nodded confidently. "Yes," he replied, "it is." The professor simply smiled. He then reached under the table and pulled out a bag of small pebbles. He poured them into the jar, shaking it gently. The pebbles rattled down, cleverly filling all the gaps between the big stones. He looked at Hamza again. "And now, is the jar full?" Hamza was a bit more hesitant this time. He was starting to see where this was going. "Probably not," he admitted with a slight chuckle. "You're right," the professor said. He then produced a container of sand and began pouring it into the jar. The fine grains of sand trickled into every remaining nook and cranny, filling the jar completely. The professor set the sand down and finally looked Hamza straight in the eyes. He said, "I want you to recognize that this jar represents your life." He pointed to the contents. "The big stones are the most important things: your faith, your family, your health, your core values. These are the things that, if everything else was lost and only they remained, your life would still be full and meaningful. The pebbles," he continued, "are the other things that matter, but on a different level. This is your job, your house, your career ambitions. They are important, but they are not the foundation of your existence." Sand. The professor gestured to the now completely full jar. "The sand is everything else. It's the small stuff. It's the endless scrolling on social media, the chase for temporary fame, the fleeting moments of distraction we often mistake for happiness. It represents all the non-essential things that fill our days." The professor leaned in, his voice soft but firm. "Here's the lesson, Hamza. If you put the sand into the jar first, there will be no room for the pebbles or the big stones. The same goes for your life. If you spend all your time and energy on the small, unimportant stuff, you will never have room for the things that are truly crucial to your well-being and happiness." It was like a light bulb, switched on in Hamza's mind. The professor's simple demonstration hit him with the force of a tidal wave. He realized his grave mistake. For years, he had been frantically filling his life with sand-chasing promotions, likes, and fleeting pleasures while his big stones. His faith, his family, his own inner peace, were being neglected and pushed to the side. From that day forward, Hamza made a conscious choice to change. He started to prioritize. He made time for his parents. He reconnected with the friends he had drifted away from. He dedicated time to his faith and to quiet moments of self-reflection. He started taking care of his health. He learned to put the big stones in his jar first. And a funny thing happened. By focusing on what truly mattered, the other pieces of his life, his career and success, didn't fall apart. In fact, they fell into place more beautifully and sustainably than ever before. He was more productive, more creative, and infinitely happier. The moral of this story is a powerful reminder for all of us living in this fast-paced world. Don't fill your life with sand. Identify your big stones, your faith, your family, your health, your peace, and make them your absolute priority. Put them in your jar first. When you build your life on a solid foundation of what truly matters, you'll find that success and fulfillment will not just follow, they will flourish. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this moment with me. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. We'd love to have you in our community. Until next time, take care and remember to prioritize your big stones.